It is my great pleasure to be able to be with you today and to share some very exciting news about a new tool that we have available as of today that we're all going to benefit from hugely. But before I do, I just wanted to share a little story with you, if I may, because sat listening to Peter, obviously earlier, and I hope that you got from him what I did personally. I love Peter's warmth. I love the way that he's here to lead us on to our next level, but every single person he cares for. And if I could just tell you one personal story, 18 months ago, I went on my very first skiing trip. And I have to say, I'd never really experienced a mixture of exhilaration and fear over a period of 4 days than I did on that skiing trip. And one particular moment, I actually froze, and I've never been, I can't describe how frightened I was. I actually froze on the side of what I considered to be a big mountain, and I didn't see the way that I could get down. So my decision was made that I was going to sidestep all the way down right to the bottom, because I couldn't see anything else that I could do. I was that focused on what I was doing, I didn't notice anything else around me, and all of a sudden, somebody had come from the bottom of the slope right up to being in front of me. And that was Peter, and he literally sidestepped me all the way down that mountain to the bottom. And when I listened to him talk about how we care about our people in Forever, I hope if you're new in the room, you know that we're in such great hands with the leadership that we have. But it's my pleasure today, I have a job to do, and I just want to share with you the new introduction of our product launch, cue cards. But before I do, my journey began, as you heard, 18 years ago with Forever. At that point, I was actually working 2 part-time jobs, juggling around our young family. Our 2 sons were just 6 and 4. Paul had a very successful career within engineering. And on the introduction to Forever, all I saw was just some flexibility, that I could do this and have more control over my time, and just maybe I could earn enough from my Forever business to allow me to no longer have to work my other 2 jobs. And that's what happened. Within 9 months, I was no longer working for anyone else. But we'd started to capture more of a vision in what this business could give us. And Paul and I saw this as a way that we could develop an income and a lifestyle that would give us time with our family, but also be able to enjoy life in a different way. And that's exactly what's happened. Within 3 years, we were enjoying the incentives, the trips abroad. Paul had walked away from his career as well, because our business had grown to a point to enable him to do that. And so for the last 15 years, we've been a Forever family that have absolutely loved everything that we do with the company. But my actual introduction to Forever came at a product launch. And I was invited to my neighbours, and we'd recently moved to a new area, so I didn't know anyone. And my neighbour came and invited me to spend an evening over there to meet the neighbours, but to find out what it was that she did. Now, I didn't know her, and I do commend her. She was brave. She came across, it was before the days of texting or social media, anything like that. She came and knocked the door and invited me personally to go. But she didn't just do it once, she did it 3 times. So she was really consistent with her follow-up. So on the 3rd introduction, or the 3rd invitation, I thought I really should go, because our houses overlook one another, and I felt that she would see if I was at home that evening. So that's truly what took me to attend my first product launch. And the lady on the night who did that presentation is someone that many of you, well, all of you will know now, and that's Sapphire manager Chris Goldsborough. And Chris was a brand new manager back then, and obviously she was helping my then sponsor get her business off the ground. I absolutely love what I heard. I thought there was some products here that could really benefit us as a family, particularly Paul at the time. But it just opened the door into something that was completely different and just made me think, I wonder what this company is all about. So obviously I got started with my business. Product launches has always been something that's been really important, and those of the team that work with us know that it's something that we encourage everyone to do. Probably a year into our Forever business, I did a presentation, did a home launch, and I can retain information. I've always found that reasonably easy to do. Used to be able to study at school, remember it, go and take an exam, bring the information back. And I presented that product launch without any cue cards whatsoever. I just just really just brought the information back from my mind. And a lady spoke to me after the event and said that she was really interested in this opportunity. However, she really struggled to retain information, so for that, she wasn't going to explore things any further. And that was my light bulb moment. That was when I realised that people couldn't copy what I was doing. I wanted someone to look at me and think, I can do that, and I can probably do that better than she does. And from that day on, I have never presented our products without having cue cards in front of me. And those, again, in my team will know that I've always recalled that story because it was a very significant moment. So, what we now have, which I am completely over the moon about, is we have, as of today, and they are available, we have a brand new set of product launch cards that Forever have put together. So, what this means, I'll just share with you here, they are A5 in size, which means that they're big enough for you to be able to see, because those of you that might be slightly challenged with your eyesight, I recently had a launch this year in a very dimly lit room, and I was very much struggling to be able to see any information. So this is clear, it's big enough, there's one page per product, so there's no reason for any of us to get confused. But importantly, it's all compliant. And I know that for many of us, certainly over the last couple of years, we've been a little bit unsure of what we can say and how we can say it compliantly. And now we actually have something that's written in a fantastic way, but you can learn this and you can just follow the structure. So one, it's compliant, and two, it does give you a very clear path to follow. So it's very logical in its introduction. It talks about the company, the marketplace. It talks about the Aloe. It talks about Forever, why we're different, what makes our company and our products different. And then it leads on to go through all the products that are in the Start Your Journey pack. So for a brand new FBO as well, they'll obviously have those products available, and they're immediately going to have this pack of cards as well to be able to help them talk to friends and family about the business. But the most important thing I want to share with you as to why I believe that everybody should always use cue cards is these little words on the screen. And many years ago, I was at a training with a lady called Jan Rue. Some of you may know Jan's name. And Jan shared the initials that you see on the screen. And what they stand for is never do anything other people can't copy. Because in our business, it's not about how good we are as an individual. It's not about how good you present. It's not about how good you communicate and what your skill set is all about. It's about how can other people do what you do. And all through the building of our business, through all those years, if we discuss something that we want to try, we want to do, we've always asked that very question. Can other people do it? If they can, we'd move forward. If they can't, it wouldn't go any further than that. And Peter mentioned it in his presentation, talked about those that copy do. And now we have a set of product launch cards that every single one of us can use. And we can teach our new team members to do exactly the same thing and know that they can all get hold of them. It's relatively as straightforward as either buy-in, obviously today, they are available, or what is really exciting is that imminently these are going to come in the Start Your Journey pack. So when your new person gets them, I agree, it's just going to be so fantastic to have new people be able to get up and running so quickly and to learn what they can say and say it with confidence. And that's why this is something that I personally have been waiting for a long time, and I'm thrilled to know that they're now here. And also, a little secret, they're not here yet, but I also know that there's work going on to produce the same kind of cards, but for other areas of our business as well. So it'll mean that obviously we can present maybe on our sports products, we can present maybe on our skincare, and there is work that's going on right now to produce those as well. So this is just the first of what I believe is going to make a huge difference to us all. So with that, that's my job done. I hope you go and get your cards. I hope you get out there and share the information with as many people as you can. And importantly, just know how confident you can be, because every word written in here is compliant. Every word is there for you to learn. You can use them as cue cards. Just slide your finger down. That's what I always do when I'm learning how to do that. Just slide your finger down with the statement you're discussing so that you can keep your eye contact with the room. But you've got them there as a comfort blanket just in case you need it. So thank you for sharing with me those 10 minutes today, and have the most fantastic rest of the Success Day. Thank you.